Hey, what up, everybody? Steviebreech coming to you. It's very easy for me to say that the loss from Sunday that the San Francisco 49ers gave up to the Carolina Panthers is still inside my brain. It sucks to lose a game like that. With us never really getting our offense moving, never scoring an offensive touchdown. Hell, we didn't even score a defensive touchdown. If it wasn't for Phil Dawson, we never would have put any points on the board. I know that we were able to win games like this a few years ago, but this isn't going to work for me anymore. It seems that the Kaepernick offense has just come to a direct standstill, and we're pretty much running the same offense that we ran with Alex Smith a few years ago, where we just basically run the ball. Hope that's going to work for us, and if we get any passing yards, we basically treat those like an extra point. This week's game is nothing more than a game that's, we have to show up for. There's no, playing from behind against the New Orleans Saints. This team isn't the same team that, we saw last year. This is almost like basically a copy and paste of what the Boston Red Sox did this year, winning the World Series after finishing last in the National League East last year. It's easy to point out what happened to the Saints and, draw a conclusion going back to that NFC playoff game a few years ago with the 49ers. I don't know if they really shocked the world, but beat the Saints. And I know that we didn't go on and beat the Giants, and the Giants went on to win the Super Bowl. But it's easy to say that if the Niners didn't beat the Saints would have won the Super Bowl that year. And you can, point out everything that happened with the defensive coordinator and Jonathan Vilma going out and putting hits out on Alex Smith, most notably Frank Gore, saying to hit the guy in the head, that way he'd go down, not worry about the penalties, not worried about the fines. It was about being a champion and being a winner, and that's what mattered to the New Orleans Saints. And, they got in a lot of trouble for that. They basically, sacrificed the whole year. But this team's back. I still don't understand the whole thing that happened with the Saints. They fired their coach, and then they rehired him after the end of the year, giving the guy a raise after the big Bounty Gates, tragedy or scandal, whatever you want to call it. But basically, when it comes down to it, the Saints are a damn good football team. They're 7-2. They lost to the New Orleans Patriots. They lost to the New York Jets. So you're saying we got a chance? Yeah. But basically, this team has outscored everybody all season by about 10 points a game. They don't really have the same kind of a game that they had a few years ago. I mean, it was always with the Saints is that they had a killer offense, but they had no defense. And I mean, basically, if you can keep up with them in the fourth quarter, if you got the right breaks and you were able to stop in the right time, you could beat this team. But it doesn't seem like they really have those kind of games anymore. Like, you really have to stay where you jump on top of this team and you have to, you follow through the whole way. They can run the ball. They just don't run the ball that much. They just love to chuck it. I mean, Drew Brees steps back and he throws it all over the field. Over 3,000 yards passing already this season. They're good. I mean, fuck it. That's the only way to put it. This is a good team. There's no laying down this week. There's no, maybe we can, suck it up. This team all over needs, a very, very big improvement. Everybody keeps waiting for the day that Crabtree's going to come onto the field. It was a sad day yesterday for me. We cut Kyle Williams. Of course, everybody likes to point out the game that he had against the Giants with the two missed punts returns, where I guess he fumbled the ball. Which led to the Giants going on to winning the game, and that's not going to our first Super Bowl. But he never really had the receiving numbers he had the first year. But I think as a punt returner and a kick returner, he had a good year for us last year. And I think it's just a matter of trying to get a new guy in there. And James, some people like to think that he's going to be the running back of the future. Some people say that he's just going to be a great special teams guy for us. We need to find a spot for him, and it sucks that Kyle's gone. He's always going to have a place in my heart, because I don't even think that those teams that we had that went to the Super Bowl and that went on to the NFC Championship game, I don't think we would have been those teams if it wasn't for having Kyle Williams there. Are they ever going to retire his number? No. In a few years, are a lot of people going to remember him? Are most people going to remember him from dropping those punts in the playoff game? Yeah. But it is what it is. I don't know where he'll catch on, but I think definitely with his speed, somebody will give him a shot, and hopefully he doesn't come back to break our heart somewhere along the way. But I don't know. I thought that once we got Manningham back in the fold, knowing that he was going to come back before Crabtree, I thought that the passing offense would be on top. But Manningham with 3 receptions, Bolden had 3 receptions. Hell, Kaepernick only had 11 on the day for just over 100 yards. That sucks. I know that we can run the ball, but you know, what really shocked the world last year with Kaepernick was how well we passed the ball and still ran. It's just a matter of mixing up the offense and switch up the defense so we can get an advantage and jump out on top. The San Francisco 49ers are a damn good football team. 6-3 isn't that great right now in the NFL. We definitely need to get some wins back, 2 wins down in the NFC West. Right now we're just playing for a shot to make the playoffs. There is no home field advantage in our sights. I mean, we would drastically need a big earthquake in the league. The Seahawks dropping some games. We can beat the Saints right here. But it's going to take a whole lot for us to come from behind to make sure that we can play a team like the Seahawks and a team like the Saints at home and say that we have some sort of advantage. Those are damn good football teams. And even if you have the home field, it's not going to mean a whole lot in the long run. Maybe you definitely don't want to play Seattle at home, but that's a long way out. We got a long way of football. If we drop another game like we dropped to the Panthers, I'm not saying that they're not a good team, but if we drop another game like that, we're just hoping on a hope and a prayer that we can even make the playoffs. So Sunday's a big one. Let's get out there. Go 49ers. Yeah, come on.